Hello, world history students. This is Mrs. Politsky, and I have your notes for Chapter 34, Section 3, Asia in the Pacific. And this is kind of a short little tidbit of notes, but I do want to talk a little bit about what was happening in Pakistan. Um, During the late 1980s and early 2000s, the first woman to lead Pakistan's government or the Pakistani government was a woman named Benazir Ali Bhutto. She was elected basically in the late 1980s, kind of served through a little bit of the 90s, then was ousted from power, and then eventually was able to reassume power roughly in the days right after 9/11 until she was assassinated in the year 2007. Um, Bhutto, just so you know, her father had been one of the prime ministers of Pakistan or the president of Pakistan when she was probably growing up in the 1960s. But what's interesting is she was really kind of a pro Western advocate for her nation. She wanted to bring um, a little more equality for women. Uh, if you study her any little bit, you might find that she was educated in the United States and England for a time. But for the most part, because of the fact that she was advocating for women, advocating for democracy or democratic reforms, kind of wanting a little bit of a what I would call like a free market economy, she kind of had a target on her. And just so you understand, not only was she assassinated, but if you go back into the family history, her father had been basically arrested and executed for some of his stances on politics. She had a couple of brothers who were also incarcerated and executed. So I guess this isn't really all that unusual for her family, but because she was a woman, that's what makes this a little bit more unique. Anyway, Pakistan did ally itself closely to the United States in the 1970s and 80s to counter India's close military and political ties to the Soviet Union. And as a result, the United States basically did have a fairly decent relationship here. But as Islamic fundamentalists kind of come to power, this relationship gets strained. Thank you very much.